Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we'll be going over a fully loaded Jeep Grand Cherokee L Summit Reserve. First and foremost, though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry H. Miller Jeep Chrysler here in Sandy, Utah for giving me some time with this Grand Cherokee L. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below. Definitely check them out. If you have any questions whatsoever, just ask for Nick or Eric. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 5.7 liter Hemi V8 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 360 horsepower and then 390 pound-feet of torque, with fuel economy being 14 around town and then 22 on the highway. Now let's go over the front end of the Summit Reserve. So first off, we have the signature Jeep Grand Cherokee hood that's flat in the center, and then it kind of falls off on either side. Notice the Jeep logo has been blacked out, and so has the front grille been blacked out. And then you guys can see here with the lights super bright, I mean completely just blinded out the camera filter. You got the daytime light there at the top. And then down below we've got our fog lights, and we do have parking sensors here on the front end. And I think this looks really good with all of the badges and everything all blacked out. It has that cool like luxury appearance. Coming around the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 275, 45, 21 in the front and in the rear as well. And these wheels are absolutely amazing. Like, I'm usually not a fan of 21s because I'm like, oh, it was a little bit too big, but with the coloration on this and the design, I think it just looks absolutely perfect. Now with the Summit, you do have air suspension as standard, so you guys can see the canister in there. And then notice with the fender flares how these are body painted, and then the Grand Cherokee logo also blacked out. And then we actually have these side steps here, which is pretty cool. Notice the mirror cap is blacked out, and then the entire roof is also blacked out. I'll kind of show this to you guys with the side view in a second. And then also on the top of the door handles, that's also been blacked out. And if we take a few steps back, here's your full side profile on it, which looks pretty cool also. I accidentally hinted that wheelbarrow, so awkward. So here's our key fob, and yeah, looks really nice. We've got our unlock function, our lock function, remote start, so you guys can hear that 5.7 Hemi. That's actually pretty quiet. You can tell they've thrown a bunch of mufflers on that to definitely silence it. But anyways, we press the other button a couple times, and then it'll open up the hatch here with the Grand Cherokee. Notice the trim here at the bottom, and then got some more storage space underneath. This carpeting's really thick. Yeah, it's interesting. So here with these seats, it's pretty cool. So we can actually lower down the seats automatically. So I press this button, and the thing that's interesting about the Grand Cherokee seats is it goes down like super slow, but then it comes up faster than the speed that it goes down, it seems like. And then as for the second row, same thing, you guys can see we can lower the seat down, but you can't raise it up like the third row, so you do need to differentiate that. Now with the headrest, you still have to lift them up yourself. And then if you want to close the rear, just press that button right there, and that will close it right back up. Now capping things off for the rest of the rear, you can see with the taillights, they've got this cool sharp design right there. And then notice we've got our gigantic Jeep logo there in the center. We don't have like the connecting bar that you have with some of these. And then you've got our Summit badge down below, and then you can see the L 4x4 badge, and then also the parking sensors and all the blacked out trim, and then with the covers over the exhaust tips, and then the bezel that would cover the receiver hitch. And I think I like this more without like the connecting bar there in the back. I think it looks a little bit cleaner. Now here's the door panel in the rear. We've got really nice leather trim here at the top, and then look at the beautiful wood trim down below, and then you can see the ambient lighting, which looks so cool. And I love this design here on the bottom. Now with the Summit Reserve, everything is like covered. There's even like stitching here on the lower portion, which just, yeah, looks really cool. Speaker for the Macintosh sound system. And then here are the seats. So again, full leather here. Notice the design on the side of the bolsters looks fantastic. And then you can see perforated there in the center. Definitely like full-on luxury car appearance. Even the seat belts match in coloration. But popping in quickly, ooh, these are comfortable. So you guys can see the legroom, and I actually can slide the seat back for even more room. And then notice here with the vent, and then we have our little climate control tab here in the back. We do have heated and cooled seats here for the second row. Got some vents down below, and then some USB ports with a full power outlet. And notice the cup holders are illuminated. And then you can see with the center console here for the rear, yeah, we get our own center consoles with some nice leather. And then as for the third row, you can fit adults back there, but I recommend kids for comfortable trips. Longer trips is what I meant. But anyways, notice the quilted design. And then down below, sorry about the lighting here, it's nighttime pretty much. But notice here with their armrests, it's actually padded down below, which is nice. And it matches in coloration, which is also pretty nice. And then there are some little buttons right here for the seats as well for the third row passengers. Anyways, let's head to the front. Now, going over the front door panel here, you can see the leather at the top, and then look at the wood trim down below. Just the attention to detail is fantastic. Now, we have our memory seat function right here with the massage seat function just up above. And then this does have blind spot monitoring. And then down below, look at the design again. And then you guys can see here with the leather trim, and look at the stitching continues all the way to the bottom. All of the windows are automatic, and then you can see with the mirrors, they do power fold in. Now this is a cool party trick I'll show you guys in a second, but this like illuminates when you have it on, which is fun. And then again with the front seats, and notice with the Summit logo right there, and then see the design here on the side. And then we have all of our seat adjustments here on the side, including the lumbar, and then you actually can adjust this as well for your legs, which is pretty cool. It's like the thigh bolster. And then pretty normal pedal layout down below. Sorry about the lighting here. And then with our light control, and with all that being said, let's pop in. So before we go over the steering wheel, I quickly want to show you guys with the Summit logo how that's illuminated. And again, we got all the ambient lighting here. Again, sorry about the lighting in this video. It kind of, the sun disappeared with the time of me filming. Anyways, we've got really nice leather trim here all around the steering wheel, and then you can see the wood trim down below. This does come with adaptive cruise control and steering assistance. Now, the cool thing about Jeep steering assistance is you just have to have your hand lightly on the steering wheel, and it'll do all of the steering for you, which is great. You don't have to like grab it like a lot of other manufacturers make you do. And then we do have paddle shifters here on the back of the steering wheel, and then notice again with the stitching around the airbag cover. Controls here for the center stack phone controls, and then you guys can see here with the stocks there in the back like normal, and yeah, cool setup. So we have our full digital gauge cluster here, and you guys can see, oh, I guess we need to inflate a couple of the tires with this, but notice there's a bunch of different views you can go through. My favorite is the map view, so it takes a second to load up, but notice you've got like that full map view, which is definitely fun. And you do have like the whole night vision as well with the new Grand Cherokee, which is also another kind of fun feature. But other than that, I do want to go over the drive modes quickly. So we've got a sport mode. Notice it kind of changed the gauge cluster. And then we have an auto mode as well. And then we've got our snow, sand, mud, and then rock. And then the different drive modes will not only adjust the transmission with how it responds, but also with the air suspension as well. Now here's just an infotainment system. You guys probably aren't going to be able to see the controls at the top because of how bright this is and how dark it is outside, but I'll do my best. So we've got a lane departure there. We've got stability control, hazard lights, parking sensors, and then notice here for the parking assistance, and then this is for the passenger screen. So really easy to see it here because of the low light that we have. But this basically allows the passenger to control some different functions so that they don't have to reach over to the main screen, which is kind of a cool feature. Now, as for the main infotainment screen, if we pop it into reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. And this does have a full 360 camera system. And then notice we got the zoom function, and we even have the trajectory lines here if you ever take this off-road for some reason. And then moving from that, we do have a dual zone climate system, heated and cooled seats. And like I said, we also have massaging seats. So if I press that massage seat button on the side, it'll automatically pull that up. And then we do have a shortcut bar here at the bottom, which helps out with accessing the features. Now down below, we've got our analog controls here for the radio, analog controls for the climate system, and for the heated and cooled seats. Now this tab, I'm horrible at pushing these up, so I'm going to try to get this done. There we go. I always mess up. USBs down below, and then we've got our wireless phone charging pad that you guys probably aren't going to be able to see. And we're going to close that back up. We have our drive mode select right here, and then we've got the dial shifter here for that 8-speed automatic. And then this is to adjust the air suspension, hill descent control, and then we got our 4-wheel low, and then our auto hold. A couple of cup holders here with the blacked out trim. And then you can see with the center console setup, again, really nice leather trim here, and then also on the side. Love this interior. Pretty normal glove box. And then look at the ambient lighting all throughout, and then more nice leather here on the dash. And then this does have Jeep's camera mirror system. And then you guys can see we've got a full panoramic sunroof, which will actually open up the sunroof even more. And then the last thing that's going to be kind of hard to see because the lighting is the headliner. So this has a nice premium headliner. It's one of the big benefits of the Summit Reserve is you get that nice headliner. It continues onto the pillars as well. So this probably isn't going to focus on the window sticker, but this is a 2023 Grand Cherokee L Summit Reserve. And this has pretty much every single option added to it other than the TVs in the back, which, yeah. Anyways, total MSRP $78,445. And then you've got a 5-year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty, and then a 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty for the basic warranty. That was bad. That's going to sum things up for our video here on this Grand Cherokee L Summit Reserve. With that being said, again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Jeep Chrysler here in Sandy, Utah for giving me some time with this Grand Cherokee. Check out the inventory in the description down below. If you have any questions whatsoever, just ask for Nick or Eric. I'll see ya.